Good morning. Well, it's Stephen in wonderful Wiltshire, England. I find myself it doesn't happen very often, but I'm on my own in the studio. No Peter and no John yet, but hopefully they will turn up shortly. We're going live today on Facebook. Hello, Facebook. Going live on LinkedIn. Hello, everybody on LinkedIn and on YouTube. So hello to everybody who's watching live out there. If you're catching the replay, thank you. This is our weekly show, and I'll be with you on screen shortly when all connections are taking place. John's probably getting a parcel. I hope Peter's okay. And welcome to viewers on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. And I've got comments coming in already. I'm going to appear on screen. I can see the Ukrainian flag on my right. Okay, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to come on screen and say, just a minute. Right. And Corinda is saying, I'm in big trouble. I need all your support. And the backstory to this, say good morning to Peter.
Hello.
Peter's got Expert V come on again, and we can't see you, Peter.
I'm turning it off right now.
Right. Okay.
Let me work on that. I'll come back. Okay.
Okay.
I'll try and listen in at the same time.
Okay. Fine. Fair enough. Okay. Now, as I understand it, Corinda, I hope this is the story. Corinda was doing a live video yesterday in a bank and discovered, and I didn't know this, I've got to be honest, Corinda, that you can't video within a bank. And they straight away contacted the police. The police came, and Corinda was taken to the police station. So, Corinda, I know you're okay. I asked you afterwards. So I know you're back home, but an experience. What are you actually filming, and why? Is the question. Anyway, whilst we're waiting to find out, welcome to the show. This is Blabbing for Britain, episode 334. Incredible number, and we're not finished yet. Okay. All right. Okay, and Peter's back again. Right. Okay. I can hear Peter, so we're just waiting for Peter. Okay. Fine. And because I wanted to show everyone what the bank looks like. Well, the unfortunate thing is, Corinda, if you're in a bank and you're filming in the bank, you're effectively casing the joint. And there's no way of knowing who you were, what you were doing, why you were doing it. And you discovered the hard way that you shouldn't actually film in banks. You can. Just a minute.
No. I don't know what's happening this thing, but it should be bright.
Okay, where are we?
Okay.
No, you're still in the dark, Peter.
Okay.
But carry on.
Not at all.
Can't see you at all, but we can hear you now.
Oh, okay. Right. So what I would like to say, Corinda, okay, is I watch a lot of these type of films that you do because it brings me much amusement. Now, were you filming in the public area? Because right, Stephen, so I'll really through. So if it was in the public area, right, there's a chance you can't film, okay, because that may be their policy. However, it does not trump the law. Okay.
Okay.
So if it's a public area, everybody has got the right to film in a public area. It's what the eye can see. Now, if he was to go behind the counter and film, that may be a different case. Okay, so all public areas you're free to film, and believe you me, I watch a lot of these films, and the police have been getting it wrong, and it's cost the local authority about £1,500 per incident at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay, so Corinda, look into that. If it was in the public area where you've got public access, then you should be on a winner.
All right, but it's the shock of it, Peter.
Yes, but
Basically, he was in the bank phoned the police, and he was taken to the police station.
well, what did they arrest him with?
They didn't arrest him, they just took him, cautioned him, I think.
Well, he should now go on to fight that caution and make sure it's not on his record, because what he was doing was, if it was in a public area, then he can do it. But we've all got the right to film from what the eye can see. Now, a bank's policy isn't the law. If somebody says you can't film in here, it's policy, especially in a public building like a council. If you go into the council, you can film in the foyer. However,
Yeah.
it may be different to bank, but did they have signs up saying you can't film in the bank?
Don't know.
There you go. Go and find out, Corinda. I'll be interested in it, you know.
Okay, well, let's do our own Google search. Can I film in a bank? No, I've got bad question, badly phrased question. Google's not playing. It's giving me all sorts of banks. Not what we wanted. Right. Okay. Now there must be a setting in XSplit Vcam, Peter, that you can change so that we can actually see you.
Right. I will go out for a minute.
No, can you go to camera settings?
But XCam's off now.
No, it's not. It wasn't off when you came in.
Right, let me go to the settings. Right, let's do this. Right, it's got HD Pro. It's on.
Right. Okay. Basically, if I go, let's just do this. Oh, right. Okay. Now you're
clicking things.
You're totally gone now. Just a minute. Let's just start a piece of software.
Right,
We'll get to the
I'm on
bottom of this.
XV split cam now. I can see the Ukrainian flag.
Yeah, but I can see the Ukrainian flag, but I can't see you, Peter, because there's a setting which is we need to get to the bottom of, because otherwise we'll never see you again.
Sign in. I can see I'm not signed in.
No, you're not. Which means you're on the free version. Okay.
Sign in. Please click image containing a train. Right. 1, 2, 3. I'll tell you, they do this verification too often.
I agree with you. We're agreed on that. They do seem to get carried away.
Right, one-time code. I'm waiting for a code to come. They've got to stop it, or I'll go somewhere else. Chat away.
Okay, we'll get there. We'll get there. Just a minute. Just trying to find a camera.
I'm just waiting for an email to sign in.
Okay. Right.
Ridiculous.
Right. Do you remember the song, Peter? Hole in the Ground, Big and Sort of Round?
No, I can't remember that one. Who done that one?
How about Right Said Fred?
Right Said Fred. Let's have a cup of tea.
Right. Okay. That was in the 60s. That was Bernard Cribbins, who was also famous for being in Doctor Who and the Carry On films, and he died today. That's right. He was 93 years old.
Was he 93?
And
Ex-paratrooper.
really. All right. Okay. I'm still trying to get this working.
I'm just trying.
I can't get mine working either.
I'm just trying to get this one
This
time
is not
Roman
good.
code. Really annoying me, this. I wish they would stop and chat away, guys.
Right. It's still saying it's not registered, Peter.
No, it's just, and it's good. The server takes ages to send me an email.
Okay.
But
I'm
tell
just
you what
going to
I'm
close
going
a
to
few
do.
things down.
I'm going to shut down meantime and come back and make sure this is off.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. Okay. The show is mine then. Peter's going to take a break, come back with XSplit VCam working, and I'm just trying to get my camera working as well. We're having one of those mornings. So Peter has gone and I'm here and all sorts of things are happening. What's happening to this camera? Just a minute. Okay, so there we are looking out into the garden. If I go picture in picture, hide that. Okay, so I can tell you what a beautiful day it is. In Devisors, this is live from Devisors. This is my second camera, which is my OBSBot. And Peter, you've still got XSplit VCam there. Right. That's weird. Why is that? Cameras are having a day when the cameras are acting up. Okay. I need to lock that camera. Oh, is it still moving? Okay. So it's about 17 degrees outside. You can see the birds flying by. Show this is live. It's 17 degrees at the moment. It's going to rise up to 22. And it looks like it's going to be a beautiful sunny day in Devisors, which is good. So we're talking about Bernard Cribbins. Bernard Cribbins, part of our lives really, from the 60s when he was in Doctor Who and sang Hole in the Ground and Right Said Fred. Then through to the Carry On films, he came back into Doctor Who. He was a Shakespearean actor. He was a comedian, and he will be missed. So that is Bernard Cribbins. Now I've got to fill in. I've not heard word one from John, so I'm hoping that John is okay, because I've got Messenger in the background actually tracking what's going on, and just let me come back to me. Okay, so we're back to me, and my camera is mirrored for some reason. Is it? Everything's moved. I've moved. Okay. Right. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. I'm going to switch my second camera off. I'm going to bring this on screen. Okay. I'm going to go off full screen. I'm going to be in the bottom right-hand corner. You may or may not know that I've got a new phone, which is this one. We can see Peter now. I'll bring Peter in. Okay. And we should be in a second. Okay. So I've got a brand new phone, which is, of course, the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. And I've taken some photographs with it, Peter, which Peter hasn't seen. So while Peter settles in, I'll show you the photographs. Okay. And I've got a comment coming in from Corinda, but I'm going to go with this. Right. Last weekend, I'm not going to talk about, we don't do politics on here, Corinda, especially risky. Your mic's still on, Peter, as far as I know. You're okay. So last weekend was Angelica's birthday. Sunday was Angelica's birthday. We don't mention numbers, but we went to Birdland, which is in Bourton on the Water, in the Cotswolds in England. And we went to see the flamingos. And here are the flamingos closer too. Beautiful
Pretty
park.
flamingo.
Exactly. Manfred Mann. And penguins. There were penguins there as well. And this was using the camera zooming in. And I just love penguins. You either love penguins or you don't. I love penguins. The next shot is the birthday photograph. So this is Angelica, who's not made an appearance on Blabbing for Britain for a while. And you can see the flamingos still in the background. And we've got a wild garden. Basically, I think this is where we left off last week. A tree was taken down, about 30-foot high, was taken down, and seeds were planted, and we now have a wild garden which is in full bloom. Okay, so those photographs were taken with my camera, and we can go off full screen and come back to Peter and me and just leave that in the bottom right hand corner. Okay, so you have it. Wild garden in full bloom. Right, what's been happening this week, Peter?
Well, can you see how I look this morning?
I can see how you look. Yes, I'm not making a comment until you tell me more. Are you growing a beard, sir?
No, I'll tell you what I am doing. I'm actually, I am just having a chill, and what I'm doing is I'm having a wee bit of growth, and it's lovely to shave off. But there's a reason I mention it, right?
Okay.
Now,
Yeah.
because you know I'm usually very clean shaven. Okay.
You are immaculate, Peter.
Yeah. So the police in Manchester, the top man has said, right?
Uh-huh.
He wants to see his officers shaven and polished boots, etc., etc. Now, I thoroughly agree with him, okay? Because in my opinion, they became too scruffy, okay? So they got that bit of authority. I bet things have changed. However, on GB News that I watch at 8 o'clock, a guy called Mark Stern come on, and he gave them what for. He said, it's okay. No, you're not going to like this bit, Ian, guys, because he said, it's okay for you doing all that. Great. He says, what have you done about the grooming gangs? And he really ripped into them. A lot of people still don't know what's happened there. Are you aware of what happened? You might not want to.
No.
Yeah.
John? Good morning, John.
Good morning. A few technical issues our end, I'm afraid.
Oh, we've had them here too.
No electricity in half the house.
Oh.
So I've been running around turning devices off, flipping the RCD, and it's been going. Turns out it's the washing machine causing the problem.
Oh. So it's blowing fuses.
Well, they're the modern RCDs. It just trips it.
Right.
It's switched off now, so now we have electricity.
Can you repeat your question, Peter?
Yeah, well, basically, question two. Do you know there was about 1,000 girls raped in an area just west, I think it's west of Manchester? Do you know about that? In other places?
Yeah. Right.
The police actually turned them down. At the time, the police said it's your own fault. The council hid it.
Yeah.
And one of the men it was doing was on the council. And this is what's been hidden for years. I've got 1,000 girls, and they're all putting their claim in now. Shame on them. Shame on the police. Do you know what they got? They got their pension. And they walked away. And those girls have been groomed from an early age. I think it's ridiculous. Anyway, that's what I've seen. And
yeah. They basically, well, We know it happens, and we know that, generally speaking, whether people conspire or not, difficult to actually say, but certainly things do happen which should have been stopped and aren't.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And I'm going to blame every political party here. Usually it's local councils that try to hide things. And what I find in all political parties, even the party that I voted for, notice that bit, I voted for, that's past tense, right? Everybody has got something to hide within that party. Everything that they keep under a carpet, no matter who they are. And that's the way politics have went today, I'm afraid. Anyway, any good news?
I can't think of any good news at the moment. We've got we have the ludicrous situation where two Conservatives are fighting each other tooth and nail, throwing crap at each other, and it's just a circus, isn't it? Really.
I don't think they should be doing it. I just think it's an utter disgrace. And I'll admit, I would like if Boris Johnson could come in and say, "Oh, people still want me. Bang, here's my name." I'd love to see what the result of that would be, because they've done a some sort of poll, and most people want the party want Boris Johnson kept in.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's been put out to grass, and his way back is going to be a long road, I think, Peter. I don't think he can come back before September 5th. And his wildest dreams.
You won't hear the last of him.
Oh no! I mean, the one of the ones floated this week was he will become UN Secretary General.
All right. Okay.
So there's life after Downing Street. I mean, he has, as far as international relations go, with the exception of France and Germany, he's done pretty well. Yeah. I can't see him going to speak in France.
So that's the thing. We've got a Conservative government. We've got these two people there, right? And one's saying, "Morning, Peter and John." Yeah. Morning, Corinda. You've got one saying reduce the tax, and one saying put up the tax and up national insurance. That is going to be one divided party after this, and the knives are getting sharpened right now for the backstabbing that's going to go on.
Yeah, I think someone somewhere in the Conservative Party has said to themselves, "We're not going to win the next election. Let's just,
But however,
it's just a theory."
I haven't heard much of Sir Keir Starmer lately. He's not.
He doesn't need to say anything, does he? I mean, they're destroying each other without him doing anything. He did a speech earlier this week,
Right.
Basically setting out the fact that over the last couple of weeks, he said he's going to continue with Brexit. Okay, staying in or reversing it is not an option. He said that he's going to help businesses. He's going to do the best he can for everybody, and he's just being positive, whereas the whole Conservative Party is being negative at the moment.
Well, he did sack one of his MPs from the front bench this week
for being a picket.
Yeah, for being the picket line. He was told he didn't follow the party line. He said, "No problem, get off the front bench."
Yeah.
So there's hey, listen, there's divisions in the Labour Party too. Big divisions.
Yeah. We don't have divisions in the Lib Dems, do we, John?
Well, we don't have much of a party compared to the other two, unfortunately.
I'm afraid. I was listening to something the other day. The only way Liberals will get into power is by having a coalition government, sharing it with someone. It's their only way in. Do you ever see them becoming the majority party in government?
It's a mathematical impossibility. They can't do it. They can win seats They're good at by-elections,
Right.
and they might pick up some more following because of people are unhappy with both Conservative and Labour. But there is no way that they're going to have 200 seats. No way at all.
So why have they not done so well then?
Well, if we go back in time, they did have 60 seats at one point, didn't they? 63, I think. Basically, as you will point out, they did not keep their promise when they were last in power, and that has stayed. I mean, if you talk to anybody about Lib Dems, say, "Oh yeah, university fees."
Yeah.
Yeah, so staying on the party.
But they got into power. Nick Clegg done well out of it, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's working for another company now, isn't he?
Yeah, it's called Facebook. Target
Right.
him, target him, target him, target him, target them. Yes. Very liberal of him.
Right. Talking of Facebook, what's going on? Either of you big on Instagram? If you know what I mean.
Really?
All right. There's a big battle taking place at the moment. Instagram decided to take on TikTok, Peter.
Yes.
And therefore, they've changed the algorithm. And instead of seeing, as you do on Facebook, posts from your contacts, you're being bombarded by stuff you don't want to know about.
Right.
Yeah. So it basically, Maurice Smith, famous Scot, Canadian American, is leading the charge and saying, give us our Instagram back. They've taken a wrong turn.
I'm a mentor for a lady down in England with her business through Santander Bank. And I have told her, get on to TikTok. Use TikTok. But because she does on a Tuesday, she talks about tools. She's a carpenter, you know, and she trains females carpentry, people that have had hard times and some women that have come out of prison and things. That's one side of our business. I said, go on to TikTok, and I said, what's your most used tool? She says, a Makita drill. I says, go and talk about the Makita drill.
We lost Peter. He was in full flow then about his Makita drills. John, what are you watching?
Sorry?
What are you watching?
What was I watching when?
Your eye level was looking up. You were as though you were...
I was wondering why I've got 72 windows open.
Oh, okay. And Corinne is saying, first time I see John's chair. I can see Stephen's chair all the time, but first time I've seen John.
Oh, I've not put my green cloth over the chair top. That's why.
Okay, and as if by magic, 3, 2, 1.
Did I get kicked out there?
You did, yeah. I wasn't me. I never would do, but you were talking about Makita drills.
Yeah, so I says just pick a tool every week and talk about it, how you use it, etc. And then obviously you've got your link to you. I mean, give you an example. I watched this lady. She's a Google Ads expert, or a Google Ads expert, a Google expert in most things. And I followed her, watched her, and eventually met her. We've done an online meeting, and I learned so much from her. And she has done extraordinarily well on it. And it's a funnel, if you're in business, to get people to come to you. But I'm so glad I met her because we've learned quite a lot from her. So there was something else I was going to mention. Oh, now, because she's a Google expert, we used, I don't know if you two have used this yet, but we used, what's the software where you've got your cameras like this and everything? What's it called? Hangouts. We used the Hangout. And I've got
a Google Hangout. Yeah, they're old-fashioned, they are.
Yeah, but I'll tell you something. It was absolutely brilliant. It was as good as Zoom.
And
it's free.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
it's been
And
around as long as Methuselah. The problem is, A, they've never really upgraded, and B, the reason it's so good is nobody else is using it. That's why.
I thought it was excellent. It just dawned on me, and it says, "This is like Zoom without money." You know. So yeah. So I thought it was. No, what is XSplit on there? When I kicked XSplit off, I'm getting annoyed at this XSplit now. John, do you think they've got too many updates and signing in too?
To what?
To XSplit.
If you don't do an upgrade for 3 upgrades in there, it forces you.
Nightmare. I might be saying cheerio to it.
Well, it's not a nightmare. You've just got to
You've got
do
to
the
register.
upgrade.
Do you know, I was looking through some of my emails and things. Do you know I've still got Relay That?
I remember that, Peter.
Remember
Relay
Relay That?
That's opening one of my windows.
Wow, John still uses it too.
Yeah. Well, I've got about 50 things in it that I modify from time to time.
Yeah.
The problem is it changed hands, and basically, unless you buy it, you don't get any of the new features. And I bought the lifetime version and feel cheated because the lifetime version promised that it would be upgraded, and it was a fairly nice gentleman that used to run it, wasn't it, Stephen? But now,
Oh yeah,
the woman that owns it now is well, if you want to breathe on it, she wants money.
yeah.
So is that guy, is that other guy who used to come on here gone now?
He sold it. Can't say, that's what life's about, isn't it? You build the product, you get a following to the product, and you sell it and move on.
You know what? That's what amazes me. You've got a lot of these tech companies. They've got all this innovation, and they don't even make money while they're doing it.
You don't need to. They're playing the long game, Peter. The end game, as John just said, is to actually sell out.
Yes.
Right, I've got a question, John. I hope it's not me, but is Peter's screen moving?
Yes, I think he's got some sort of auto follow or something switched on. So
Autofocus.
when he lifted up his cup, because his arm came out, it moved across to accommodate his arm. So I don't know what he's running, but something is.
Okay, Peter.
Yeah.
Best thing to do, I know you've done it before, but is to uninstall XSplit VCam completely. Just install it, download it. Not now, but download it again and use the default settings.
Yeah.
Yeah, because your settings have got messed up. Yeah. Yeah, because the camera's actually following you when you move. When you move, the wall moves.
Yeah,
that's quite a magic trick to do. But
so what's the white plastic thing on the wall, Peter?
Circular one.
The switch.
That's for a code to put in for an alarm.
All right.
Yeah, he's a nosy person. Yeah.
And anyway, have you lost your razor?
Yeah, I was just speaking about that earlier. Was that any better? I've just done auto framing. No, I'm just growing it for a few days, and then because I tend to shave too much, and I like a good shave, But we were just talking about the police in Manchester have been told to be clean shaven and polish their boots, but don't go to burglars that have broken into old ladies' houses.
Yeah. Shall we talk about a more serious thing?
Really?
Your friend from Kherson. Ukrainians are trying to retake Kherson today.
Yeah.
They've made inroads to it, and they've used missiles supplied by Britain to blow up the bridge so that the Russians on the West Bank can't escape.
That's right. Yeah. Is that any better, guys, when I move?
The screen's not moving with you. That's better, yeah.
Okay, it's called auto framing. Yes, but let me tell you something. I was speaking to my friend. There was an army with army colleague who's of Ukrainian descent, and it was a fascinating story he told me. We can't get an interpreter just now because they've all been nicked by the army, British forces, because they're training in Britain, you see, and there's a lack of Ukrainian what do you call it, interpreters. But he told me the story of his dad. He's a Ukrainian. He was forced to fight for the German army during the Second World War. And then after the Second World War, he was employed by the Americans. And just before the CIA, it was some sort of secret thing. And then his dad came to Scotland and met his mum, who was from Berlin. And he was telling us when we were posted in Berlin together, he says it was like a home posting for me, Peter. He says, because all my relatives were in Berlin, but it was a fascinating story, and I really enjoyed hearing the story, and very, very passionate about Ukraine, and he's very, very passionate, and they're doing a lot of things behind the scenes. There's laptops and everything going out to the army for putting up drones, so they're doing a lot of work. But that's why I'm having difficulty in getting budget. And then my friend in Kelson, Jürgen, he I told him we're on here at 10 o'clock every Thursday, but I have noticed I'm posting elsewhere on LinkedIn. He follows pest control businesses. But I'll try and get next week.
Good to know that he's okay.
Yeah. Beats me how he's surviving actually for food and things.
Well, that was the question. If he's no work.
No. Yeah. He's no work. So John, do you think I suit my beard?
I'm saying nothing. I don't take part. I just shave every day. That's my thing.
I'll be having a shave.
I can't see a beard. I can see some unshaven stubble, but not a beard. This is a beard, and mine's a junior beard compared to some of the modern beards.
Yeah, it's a couple of days growth. It'll be coming off.
And my plan is to thin my beard, because on charge here is the trimmer.
I thought he was taking a scythe out there.
A what?
A scythe.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
That's Sheila.
Right,
John.
All right. Okay, John. Right, said Fred. Hole in the ground, deep and sort of round. Does that mean anything to you at all?
Well, right, said Fred. There was something to do with shirts, wasn't it? But
no, we sang a fond farewell to Bernard Cribbins.
Oh, I didn't realise he'd passed on.
Yeah.
Doctor Who.
Railway Children, I think, was probably
Railway Children. Yeah.
And wasn't it him with the ladder with? Can't think of the guy's name.
Eric Sykes.
Eric Sykes, yeah.
Yeah. Carry on, as Peter said.
Yeah. My favourite, I'm going to tell you, every time I put this on, I'm going to tell you my favourite Bernard Cribbins. Great acting. It was on Carry On Jack. And he was sentenced to 20 lashes. And everybody I show this would just fall out laughing. So he was sentenced to 20 lashes, and he had his vests all on. He says to the bosun, "Will it be sore?" He says, "After 6 strokes, you'll be dead." Anyway, he says, "Here, bite into this." So they give him a piece of leather to bite into, and they give him the first stroke. And he spat it out and went, "Oh, it tickles me, that is great acting." Squaddy humour.
He narrated lots of children's books as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was a paratrooper. I think
Right.
he was a paratrooper during the Second World War, actually.
Yeah. John, are you ready for the weekend?
Don't know what's happening this weekend.
Commonwealth Games, John?
Yeah, I managed to avoid all the crap the day before yesterday. All the roads around here were closed unless you went northwards because the thing travelled through the area.
Yeah.
The
I went on the
but
yeah. I went,
it doesn't do anything for me. The Commonwealth Games, as far as I'm and many other people in Birmingham are concerned, are a bloody nuisance because they've changed some of the roads. They've got rid of the overpass on the A34, which most of us thought was a wonderful thing. And now instead we sit in queues for absolutely ages instead of being able to go over the top of the other road. Yeah. They threatened to close the allotments next to Alexander Stadium. Fortunately, enough people protested that went out the window. They were going to build the athletes' village on top of the allotments that have been there for over 100 years. Just craziness.
Yeah. Well, I was a guy I know in Glasgow with the bikes that I borrow, and it's taken him 11 hours to get to Birmingham from Glasgow on a bus because the trains.
Oh, yeah, there's no trains anywhere today.
They took 11 hours to get there due to things, absolutely ridiculous. Yes, pretty flamingo. So the pictures, very good pictures,
thank you.
very clear, concise.
Yeah.
So Sheila's just left. She's away in her camper van. We said we're Cheerios because this is more important. Okay.
So where's she going?
She's away down to Selkirk of a weekend of dog agility. So tomorrow morning I'm getting up and I'm going on the bus to Glasgow. And then I'll be hiring a bike and I'll be going all about Glasgow on my bicycle again. And I'm going to try and visit different areas this time. And I'm going to go to some parks and I'm going to go to the Transport Museum there. And I'm going to try and do something different.
The Commonwealth Games has incentivised West Midlands cycles, as it is, which is our equivalent of your bikes that you've got up there. And now, because of the games, you can have 2 30-minute bicycle sessions a day until the end of the games for free.
Yeah.
Madness. What are you going to do with a bike for 30 minutes?
I don't think it's much. Well, I pay £60 a year to be a member of the club, and then it cost me £5 a day, 24-hour day to hire the bike.
I've no idea what hours cost.
Yeah.
There's a row of about 10 up at the local shops to me.
Yeah.
I've only ever seen one bike out of there. Normally 9 out of 10 bikes are still sat in the rack.
Right. We're going to wait and get them in Aberdeen. The problem is there's too many different companies. You've got one for Glasgow, Stirling, and then somebody else comes in. But you can't join them all to get a best deal.
Well,
right?
West Midlands Cycles is a division of West Midlands Combined Authority. So it's a council thing at the end of the day.
Yeah. So we're actually getting ones that are sponsoring.
In Birmingham, they have gone for electric scooters, and they're absolutely everywhere, abandoned absolutely everywhere.
That's what they do, you see. They stop them and they walk away and they take them off hire, and they know where they are, and they've got a van that picks them up.
Yeah. Well, there's a couple of vans around here that drive around them. Well, not around here because they're not allowed outside the Birmingham boundary. But
yeah, well, the thing is with the bicycles, I find it very good. They're heavy bikes, but as I say, there's too many different companies that a city puts out a tender for it, But the one that's coming to Aberdeen, I've told you before, is actually the big issue. The big issue.
Right.
They're
So you've got
going to be on them.
a free magazine with every ride, do you?
Well, I don't know if they've actually bought the bikes. It's their scheme, or they're getting sponsored. But it's the big issue. It's coming to Aberdeen, and well, I'll tell you now. I'm looking at another electric bike again because we've got a scheme. You can get up to £3,000 interest-free loan. Maybe looking at for a business. Just to go about the city, you can wear a suit and everything, normal clothes on an electric bike. You don't sweat, you can park easy, and you can get around and you can keep fit at the same time because even though you're an electric bike, you still have to pedal. Okay. So I might look at another one.
You might be interested to have a look for a guy called Sir Fix-a-Lock. Yeah.
Sir Fix-a-Lock.
Yeah.
Right.
He's in Plymouth. He's a friend of mine and Stephen's, called Mike Turner, and he's got his second electric bike so that they can do round the city without creating pollution.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So he's currently running a competition to design the stuff to stick on the side of the bike to give it its corporate identity.
Okay. Sir Fix-a-Lock.
Fix-a-Lock, yeah.
Mike Turner, Plymouth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Beautiful part of the country.
I've actually met this Sir Fix-a-Lock guy only by accident. I went down to Plymouth and I met Mike Turner, and this guy was down there when Mike was there. So
yeah.
So what is it? Sir Fix-a-Lock.
Sir Fix-a-Lock. Yeah. He's an ex-soldier like you, and he's currently a finalist in the National Ex-Servicemen's Business Awards.
All right, I was in one as well.
He also raises money for charity, and he dresses up. And I saw him when he was dressed up for charity, and he walks to Plymouth Hoe and things like that to raise funds.
A bit of news from me that my 70-year-old employee, I nominated him for an award, and now he's in the final.
Very good.
An unsung hero. And they interviewed him yesterday on the phone.
Yeah.
And you're never too old. Who would take a guy on at 67? Huh?
You're never too old. I can agree with that one totally, Peter.
Yeah.
Age is but a number. Thank goodness. Right. Okay. No, you sort of talked about the outdoors there. Let's talk about the lionesses, John.
Yeah.
Fluky
back heel. Yeah.
Well, it's good to be able to sort of celebrate ladies football, women's football, English football. That they could actually whoop Sweden. Was it Sweden? Yeah, 4-0. Yeah.
Well, let me tell you something. There's a lot of followers for women's football, and it's more exciting. For some reason, it's a lot more exciting. Don't know what it is.
Is it more unpredictable? Sorry, John.
I've posted the link to Sir Fix-a-Lock in the host chat, Peter.
Okay. I'll go.
The lionesses is a great thing. I'm just disappointed we have to have a foreign manager. And I'd like to ban foreign managers from the Premier League.
That's very yes. I don't think that's going to happen, John.
Oh no, but that's just a wish. Yeah.
John, that link doesn't work.
You may have to copy and paste it, Peter.
Bloody hell, that's quite a link.
Yeah, unfortunately, if you want to go to a particular article, you get a massive load of rubbish on the back.
It's not letting me copy it.
No, you can't copy a text from Messenger. You can't do anything.
I'll send it to you direct then, Peter.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
That's a particular picture of him with his bike and his van.
Okay.
Like you, it's a very small business with a few employees.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I see it with the wage bill. Do you know, everything's went up. The cost of diesel is unbelievable. I've done a lot of, I don't fill up much because I don't do much with the van. It was about 87 quid to fill up a Berlingo.
To fill up my car was over £100 of diesel, but it has fell significantly round here in the last couple of days.
Right.
I mean, it was 199.9 here. It didn't quite make 200, and if my local garage, it's now down to 191.9, and if you travel a bit, you can actually get it for 187.9.
It's got
Which
to
is still
come down.
crap because there are places where you can pay 160 something. You know.
Here's the thing. It was only 25% we are paying for green tax. Or what is it? A subsidy or something? What is it?
Is
Yeah,
that on your
that
gas?
was the original.
I
That was
think
the
we should
original
have
idea.
scrapped tomorrow morning. What thinks you to?
Well, I begin to wonder if we'll be able to afford to pay for the gas at the rate things are going.
Yeah.
They're now saying that the gas bill alone in January could be 3,000 for a standard 3-bed semi.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous, is it? Yet, two companies this morning have made record profits. The people who are supplying us. Are they taking us for mugs or something?
The business at the end of the day, Peter, you want to make a profit, don't you? Okay, they're making an excessive profit because of the current situation. But, you know, the government's collecting a nice wodge of tax as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Any views on the train striking?
I wonder why it was so quiet today. There aren't any trains running behind me. So I don't normally notice them, to be truthful, you know.
I think
I actually notice the fact that they're not there more than when they are there. Do you know what I mean?
I think
no train noise. Yeah.
I think one of the major problems is that people have changed the way that they work, and if there are no trains, they'll just work from home. It's not a big problem as it used to be.
No.
Yeah, because now you just say, right, okay, I'll not go in today, and your boss says, fine, fair enough, work from home, just like you did during the lockdowns.
Yeah. I'll tell you what.
Although there's still an awful lot of people who can't work from home. Yeah.
Yeah. The leader of their union, I've got to say, he does a blooming good job against those TV people. Have you ever seen him getting interviewed?
Oh yeah. Yeah, he is credible, isn't he? That's the problem they've got.
Absolutely. And you know, he just puts them in their place, and he's actually very good. I've got to tell you that, you know. And if I was still in a union, I'd like him working for me.
Yeah, he's doing a good job on behalf of his members, but it's a long haul because the strikes don't have any effect whatsoever, or they don't seem to. I mean, some people get annoyed, yeah, but there isn't a national outcry. We after everything we've been through, I think it's fair to say that the general public are not fussed if the trains don't run for a day or two.
Yeah.
We're not going to get involved. We're not going to get angry. We're not going to, you know, we just don't seem to have the same. What's the word I'm looking for? We don't get as annoyed as we used to.
No, just me. But I don't use the train now. I've said I won't use the anywhere I go in Scotland now. Hopefully, I'll be using the bus to get to the major cities for £1. Is that worth it? You know. So that's what I'm going to do. And if I have to take a train, I'll maybe go down to Edinburgh by bus, then catch a train to Englandshire.
Englandshire, yep.
Yeah.
Right, short advertisement. This is a short advertisement.
Okay.
Just a minute. If I go here, I'll talk. Right. I'm being interviewed 5 o'clock today, 12 p.m. Eastern, by Mr. Grant Saunders, live broadcaster, Amazon insider, stage hypnotist, and I'm looking forward to it. So that's 5 o'clock on the Be Live page and in the Be Live streamers group. I am being interviewed by Grant about Amazon Live. Advert over.
Very good. Have we heard of him? Have I heard of him before?
You should do. His day job is internationally renowned stage hypnotist.
All right.
You know, when you go to you've got an hypnotist on stage and he gets people to do silly things.
Yes.
That's Grant.
I was asked the other day if I was what do you call that when you know things? Not
A savant.
no, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a clairvoyant, not clairvoyant, she said. I says, but no, but I'm a visionary, you know? And because the girls' pub says, how old do you think we are? And I says,
Did you mean a mentalist?
not a mental, but that doesn't matter. Right, so I said, you're 27 and then you're 26. And I got them both right, and they were absolutely shocked, but they couldn't get my age right. They thought I was about 55. I'm 60.
Which made your day.
Oh, it tickles me pink. I hate getting a year older. Right, so John, did you know that Corinda got pulled up for filming in a bank? Did you know about that?
No. I'm not surprised though. That's a bit naughty, isn't it? Filming in a bank.
This is the question. This is the question. Is it naughty?
Yeah, because
Peter said this.
The bank has the right to do what it likes with its own premises. Outside, nobody can touch you.
No.
Inside, the people who own the place can make the decisions.
But did they have a sign up?
Do they have to have a sign up?
It's just private property.
Yeah.
Right. So just like nobody could.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't be very happy if I came into your front room and started filming, would you?
No.
That's equivalent
Right,
to
but
it.
here's the thing, right?
Yeah.
What they should have done is trespass him, because it's not a criminal offence what he done. It is a civil offence. It's not covered by.
So what happened when they pulled him up?
Right.
Who pulled him up?
Basically, what the bank did straight away when they saw somebody filming, it was contact the police. The police came and took him to the station, gave him. I'm not sure it's a caution or a warning, but he was told in no uncertain terms never to film inside the bank again.
But it's a civil offence. They should have said, "Look, sir, do you mind turning it off? We're going to trespass you from the bank." Now, if he went back in and done it again, that's criminal trespass. That's the difference. Because I watch these things, and
I know. Yeah.
And people are driven crazy with it when they get even the police. And as I say, it costs an average of £1,500 when they get it wrong, because they claim against them using things that are not true. So there was no need for the police to come in. No need. It should have been dealt with. The manager and says, "Sir, you're not allowed to film here. Would you mind leaving the premises?" Now, if a granny was getting burgled, they would have said, "We've no time. We're going to see this guy that's filming in a bank. Let the granny get robbed. We've no time for grannies getting robbed." Come on, folks. Think it out.
John, it's over to you.
My opinion is, and don't get me wrong, because quite like Corinda is, he should have had enough sense not to do it.
Well, John, it's over to you.
Oh, You mean because it's 11 o'clock? Well, I'm running
Yeah.
a quarter of an hour behind the rest of you, so I'll keep talking. I haven't got a new chair, Corinda. I could do with a new chair because the right arm's falling off. So it's 11 o'clock, so it's time for Peter to go and get a shave, for Stephen to get ready for his visionary thing with Amazon Live, and for me to go and trim my beard. So it's goodbye from all three of us. We'll be here same time next week, and I hopefully will be here on time, because hopefully I'll have electricity next week.
We hope you have electricity, John. Bye.
Bye.